Hello guys, welcome to Deep Codes, and in today's video we will discuss LeetCode question 1575 that says count all possible rows. So guys, although this question is tagged as a hard question, but it is more on the easier side as compared to other hard questions that are available on LeetCode. And yeah, the problem statement is also very well defined that you can easily form the intuition based on the given problem statement. So yeah guys, I request you to solve this question by your own before watching this video, and yeah, if you still face any difficulties then watch this video till the end, and also make sure that you like this and subscribe to our channel. So now let's move on to the problem statement. So here you are given one location array where location of I represent nothing but the position of the city I. Then you are given two variables, that is the start and the finish. So this is the start point and the destination point, and also one variable fuel. So just so for a minute just forget about the fuel. So here you need to find nothing but the number of different possible paths from the starting node or the starting location to the ending location. Okay, so you need to find number of paths. Now the complexity arises when you have to also consider fuel. Now if you want to move from city I to city J, then the fuel cost would be nothing but the absolute difference between the location of city I and city J. Okay, so for an example, if there is I city and there is some city J, the city I is located at a position, let's say 3, and city J is located at a position, let's say 7. So the fuel cost to travel from city I to city J is nothing but the difference, so that is 4 here. So this is how we would calculate fuel for each route, and we have to make sure that we reach to the finish or our destination in the given amount of fuel, correct? So yeah, considering this fuel as one important parameter, we will try to find different possible routes from starting node as well as to ending node. Now one another thing to note here is we can travel the same city multiple times. Okay, here as you can see that you are allowed to visit any city more than once, including the start and finish city. So yeah, you can visit any city more than once. Only thing you must have to take care is the fuel. If you ran out of the fuel, then then you won't be able to complete your path to the finish city, and yeah, that is not a valid route. So yeah, at the end we need to return a count of all possible routes, and yeah, return modulo 10 to the power 9 plus 7. Okay, so taking first example, these are the location of 5 cities, index 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, and your start city is this and your finish city is this. Okay, and your total fuel you have initially is 5. Now one route is to traverse from 0 city, the city start city is 1, so this would be this. So one possible route is you directly travel from the city 1 to city 3. Okay, and that would cost nothing but 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. So yeah, that fuel you have. So this is one possible answer. Then another possible answer is this, third and fourth. So these are the 4 possible answers, and if you take a look at any of these answers, then the total cost of the fuel would be less than the given fuel, less than or equal to. So yeah, we can take this route as a valid route. So let's say for these from 1 to 4, let's say this is the city 1 and this is city 4, you want to traverse, then the cost is 1. Then from 4 to 2, that is 4 minus 6, the cost is 2. Then 2 to 3, that is 6 to 8, so cost is again 2. So total is 5. So this is less than equal to the given fuel, and yeah, you can take this route with this amount of fuel. So this is a valid route. Similarly, there are 4 valid route here. So total number of routes here are 4, and yeah, we written 4. Okay, now taking a look at the second example, as we already discussed that we can traverse the same city more than once, so this concept is used here, or this condition is used here. So if you see from 1 to 0, so see 0 1 2, you can travel with a fuel 1. Okay, correct. Now from the second route is from 1 to 0, then 1 to 1 0 route you can also take, like you traverse from you start from this location 3, then go to location 1, then again go to location 3, and then the location 0, because the total fuel cost is 5 here, and that is less than equal to the given fuel. So this is also valid route. 1010 is also valid route, as well as this is also valid route, right? So a valid route is nothing but the starting city must be the given start, and the ending city must be the given finish, right? So these two must be satisfied, as well as the total fuel cost from for the given route must be less than equal to this fuel. So if you satisfy these three conditions, the starting city or the starting location, the finish location, and the total fuel required, then you can find by keeping in mind these three conditions, you need to find all different possible routes, right? Okay. So now if you look at the third example, then you won't be able to find any routes, because if you see that from if you start from city 0, that is location 5, and move to city 2, that is location 1, so the total fuel here required is 4. Okay, and yeah, the given fuel is 3, then you won't be able to traverse from this start to this end. Okay, so yeah, that's why there is no routes here. So I hope you guys have understood the question till now, that what we are trying to do here, we are trying to find different routes possible. Now guys, so this question, in this question, we can move from any city to any other city, right? Unless and until we have enough fuel. So intuitively we can say that we can move from any city I to any city J if we have enough fuel. So that means there are different possible choices from the current city. So let's say if you are currently at a city with a location 3, so with this location you can move to all other cities remaining in the given location area. You can move to all other cities or all other locations if you have enough fuel. So that means that we have so many choices to take at each step, and whenever we have choices, we simply write recursive solution. We don't think of any other thing, but we simply write recursive solution. Okay, so let's try to figure out that how recursion will work here with the help of recursion tree. So taking the second test case that was given, this was the location, this was the start, finish, and the fuel. So let's consider the start as the current index. So currently we are positioned at position 3. Okay, now from here either we can move to city 0 or city 2. Okay, right? That means index would be from index 1, you can either move to index 0 or index 2. Now if you move to index 0, then the remaining fuel you would have is 5, because one unit of fuel would be consumed. So initially it was 6, but 1 would be consumed to move from city 1 to 0. And if you move from 1 to 2, the remaining amount of fuel would be 4. Okay, now guys, this is one valid answer, because the route has a starting city as 1 and the finish city as 0, as well as the cost of fuel is less than the given. Okay, so yeah, this is one valid answer. Now there can be multiple routes also from here also, right? So yeah, we keep on exploring. So yeah, after this we can from this 0, so this index 0, we can again try to visit the index 1 as well as index 2. Yeah, so there would be one this part and one this part. So so if you move from 0 to 1, then the remaining fuel would be 4, and here it would be 2. Okay, now from index 1 you can again move to index 0 as well as index 2. Now if you move to index 0, the remaining fuel would be 3. And now if you see that we started with 1 and we ended with 0, so yeah, this is our route. That we took. Okay, now this is also valid route. So yeah, we will consider this as also a valid answer. So initially we considered this. Now from this route we form another route, and this is also valid answer. And yeah, we keep on doing this for all the different states until we have no fuel remaining. So that would be our base condition. When no fuel is remaining, then we would stop, because it is not possible to move ahead. Correct? Simple it is. Okay, so this is how the recursion tree would form. If you want to get better understanding, then you can derive this complete recursion tree. It would be easy, right? From each let's say from each state. So if you take this as a current state, so here also there is 2 possibilities. Okay, because the total locations are 3. One is the current location. So from the current location there are 2 remaining locations, and that's why there are 2 possibilities from each state. Okay, got it? Clear till here? Now writing the recursive solution is very much easy here, because from we understood that what would be our base condition. We understood that what from the current city we will try to move to all different cities. Okay, combining these two, this would be our code. So this is our condition, that if remaining fuel is less than equal to 0, then we would check if the current index equals to the finish, then in that case return 1, and in the else case return 0. Why return 1? Because this is a valid route. So if we found a valid route, we would return 1. Okay, and yeah, in the else case we would return 0. Now we declared one initial as one answer variable. Now this is very important condition, because let's say we have reached up till this city fi, that is a finish location, but we have still enough fuel to move to other cities. Okay, in that condition we won't stop and try to look for different cities. See guys, here if you see, although we came to our final location, but we didn't stop, right? We didn't stop because we have some fuel remaining. So we try to explore different cities and different routes, and yeah, we can see that after getting one answer from this if we continue with this route also, we can get different possible answer. So that's why whenever we reach the finished city, we will increment 1 to our answer, because we found one valid answer. But with that answer also, by extending the routes, we can find another answer. So yeah guys, that's why if you find if you are currently present at the finished city, then simply add 1 to your answer and then try to find different possible routes, right? And that's how you can find it. That is nothing but the recursive step. So the recursive step, what you will do is, we have taken the for loop and try to find the routes to all the other cities. That means from index 0 to all the different cities that we have in the locations. So we would check if I is not equal to I index, that means this is not equal to current location, and the absolute difference, or this is nothing but required fuel is less than the current fuel that we have, then in that case we would try to solve it. Means this is the recursive step where we pass location, the next city. So this is the city I, from index idx, city idx, we are trying to move to city I. Okay, so this is our new index. A finished city would remain the same. Now the fuel would change, so we are subtracting the fuel required to traverse from idx to I, and then so this is this fuel we are subtracting, right? And then we are trying to make a recursive call for I. So this is a recursive call for I. So for that we are simply subtracting this fuel, the fuel required to traverse from idx to I. Okay, got it, clear till here? So through this for loop, we would try to traverse and find all different possible routes. Okay, so let's say if you are given location L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, and let's say current index is L3. This is our current index. So from here you can traverse to L1, L2, L4, L5, and that's why we are taking a for loop, because we have 4 options, 4 choices, right? So, and to consider all the choices, we will simply loop, right? Simply loop this location add-in. Okay, that is clear till here? So here also we did the same thing. Instead of taking the current, we will do the location, and we would check if the city I is not equal to index, that means it's not equal to the current city, then yeah, we can traverse the city. Okay, so this is a recursive solution, and if you think of the time complexity of this solution is, that would be 2 power n multiplied by n. So there are 2 changing variables here, not fi, but changing variables are remaining fuel as well as the index. Okay, as well as there is one inner for loop that we are running, right? So that will also consume big of n time complexity for each recursive call, right? So this would be the time complexity. Now guys, as we know that this is the recursive solution and it is not optimal answer, and we can take a step more to make a memoized solution. So yeah, we would use some space here to store the answer of different states, so that will reduce the overlapping sub problems, and yeah, it will also reduce the time complexity. So the to write a code for memoization approach, first we need to identify that what are the changing variables. So the changing variable here is nothing but the index as well as fuel. Fuel is nothing but the remaining fuel that we have. So there are 2 changing variables. So yeah, we will take a 2D DP array of size 101 and 201, because if you see this index, if you check the constraint, then the start and finish location will be maximum from 2 to 100. So yeah, the maximum would, so we will take a DP of size 101. Okay, that's because we can have 100 as an index. So yeah, we take one more as a size, and the fuel is ranging from 1 to 200. So yeah, we will take 201. So this would be our size of the DP array. And now the code remains the same. Only thing we would add here is this if condition, that if we already formed the answer in the past, then directly return the answer, and yeah, else store the answer for the current state. Okay, see, the state is defined by these two variables, these two changing variables that define the state. See, if you see, this is a state where index equal to 0 and field equal to 5. So the state in this recursion tree is defined by the index as well as the field. So we need to store these two elements only. Okay, yeah, we initialize this dp as -1, and this is the solve function. So there is nothing much complex here that we are doing. It is very much simple code, and it is just a step ahead of a recursive code that we wrote. Now talking about the time complexity, see guys, the time complexity here would be n multiplied by f. So what is n here? N is the size of the index, so that is 100. Okay, now why we are multiplying this n? Because here, because of this for loop, for each recursive call we would again loop for n times, right? And yeah, f is a fuel, so that also defines the state. So if you can say the time complexity is nf. So this many different recursive call that we will make multiplied by n, because in each recursive call we will again make a for loop, right? And the space complexity is nf plus some recursive stack that we would use. So yeah guys, that's all for this video. If you guys have still any doubts, then do let me know in the comment section. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.